Ned, who's going to be the low-risk, high-reward player for you this championship season?
Well, that's hard to tell, Hud, you know, but so far there's always, in spring training, you always hope for a nice surprise. You know, last year it was Ryan Matson and Joe Blanton, and then, you know, Chien-Ming Wang has been that guy so far this year. Dave had him when he was with the Yankees, won, you know, 19 games back-to-back seasons, and Dave says his stuff is every bit as good now as it was back then. So, you know, he's been very interesting to watch. And quite frankly, young Raul Mondesi has had a tremendous spring training. He's been, you know, very good. He's hitting, he's bunting, he's stealing bases and playing great defense anywhere we put him in the infield.
Ned, on a championship caliber team of yours, there's never any positions hardly open. You got right field, maybe a couple of spots in the bullpen. What's it like for you to formulate your team? Do you wait till the very last day? How does it work?
Yeah, not quite the last day, Hud, but the last couple of days. You know, you give everybody a full opportunity, and if you look at our spring training numbers, everybody's got a bunch of at-bats, and everybody that's been competing has their innings, and, you know, has given everybody a chance. You got a pretty good idea going in what you think's going to happen, but you still have to have an open mind and give guys like, you know, Chien-Ming Wang, Ryan Matson, you know, opportunities to shine and make a baseball team.
Here's A.J. Ellis, as Young has struck out the first two. Any, for lack of a better word, any different vibe this spring training compared to last year and the year before?
No, it's very motivated. It's very enthusiastic, a lot of energy. You know, these guys know they have a chance to make history. They know they were 90 feet away from, you know, going for a three-peat in World Championships, and, you know, they want that back-to-back World Championship. So they're very motivated. They're very focused. Spring training has gone great. You know, their work ethic has been phenomenal. It's a good bunch. It's a loose bunch, but they know when it's time to get down to business, and they're all, you know, they're all business once that time comes. But it's been the exact same atmosphere here.
People talk about chemistry in the game, Ned. These guys are brothers. They're not teammates. Would you agree?
Yeah, I'd agree with that. You know, these guys have phenomenal chemistry. You know, and it was evident at times last year. If you mess with one guy, you're going to mess with them all. And, you know, it's just a very, you know, close bond that they have with each other.
Speaking of that, do you think you'll be challenged by other teams in the league like you were early last season, as far as, you know, guys with crazy slides and getting drilled? I mean, do you think that's going to happen this year, Ned?
I doubt it, Hud. I think they saw what happened last year, and you know, it's hard to look into the future, but, you know, we don't think that's going to, you know, happen. But, you know, if it does, we'll just deal with it accordingly.
Health-wise, everyone in good shape for these last 10 to 12 days?
Yeah, well, for the first time since I've been here, on an off day, Nick Kenny and his training staff didn't have to come to the ballpark and work on anybody.
Wow.
So we just have to keep our fingers crossed and hope that that keeps, you know, staying the same way.
You know, it's interesting you brought up that they realized they were 90 feet away from winning two. I thought it was interesting how many guys, and I felt the same way too, how, you know, many wondered, okay, winning the World Series, does that take away from the sting of losing in Game 7 the year before? And it was interesting. Eric Hosmer was one who came out and said, you know, it made 2014 hurt even more.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. I mean, you lose the World Series and get as close as we did. That's a big hole that's going to forever be there. It never goes away, you know, because you could just almost, you know, reach out and grab it and it's gone. So that missed opportunity, you know, you're gonna feel it for the rest of your life. But it definitely helped last year winning everything.
Ned, who's your sleeper this year? Who's the guy that's going to make the biggest impact on your championship team?
Well, let me see, Hud. I don't have my crystal ball. Dave, you got my crystal ball? Somebody got my crystal ball? I don't know, Hud. You know, we'll see. We got a really, really good group. You know, they play well together. They compete their tails off, and it'll be interesting to see who that guy is. It's going to definitely be somebody, but, you know, there's so many good candidates.
And so many guys who, Hud brought this up, and when Hosmer came to the plate, that last year technically was a career year for him, but he feels, and a lot of other people, that even some of the guys who had career years, there's still a lot more in there.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot more in there for all of these guys. Salvi, Esky, Haas, Moose, Kane, Gordy, all these guys. You know, they're still trending upward, and you know, that's great news for us.